Shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakar the honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, the men, the women, and the children who follow. So I got another lesson coming back at you. This one about the bond woman and the free woman. Okay, and Lord's word is going to be edifying. We're going to jump into Galatians chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 21. And just for edification's sake, I'm going to read from the NLT. It just says it plain. It's very easily to be understood. Okay? So Lord's word is edifying. All right, this is Galatians chapter 4, verse 21. It says, "Tell me, who do you want to live under the law? Tell me, tell me you who want to live under the law. Do you know what the law actually says?" Right, because the law is very restrictive. All right, it says you can do this, you can't do that, you can do this, you can't do that. Okay, and in these times, it's even more difficult to keep the whole law. That's the whole point of Yahweh Shai coming back. I'm going to jump the gun. Yeah, that's the whole point of Yahweh Shai coming back, because we weren't able to keep the whole law. All right, and in these times, that's even more magnified. Give you a quick example. Say you got to ride the bus to work. All right, and you sit down, and you're just riding the bus to work, but you didn't know the lady who sat there before you was on her menstrual. So now you're unclean, and you're it's just we're not able to keep the whole law. When we do the Passover, we can't go out and kill a sheep of the first year without blemish. So we can't keep the whole law. So it says, "Tell me, you who want to live under the law, do you know what the law actually says?" All right, that's still a lot of people who say that we're still under the law. Like, do you know what the law actually says? All right, it says the scriptures say that Abraham had two sons, one from the slave wife and one from his freeborn wife. The son of the slave wife was born in a human attempt. The son of the slave wife was born in a human attempt to bring about the fulfillment of God's promise. But the son of the freeborn wife was born as the Most High's own fulfillment of his promise. So let's go back and get this story. Okay, so let me see if I need to go back and. All right, we'll just start at the point. This is Genesis 17 and 15. It says, "And the Most High said unto Abraham, as for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be, and I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her." Right. So at this point, Abraham already had a son, Ishmael, by his handmaid Hagar, which, if you go all the way back, the Most High promised Abraham that he would, be a father of nations, or a father of a great multitude, and the world would be blessed through him. But Sarah was barren. So that's why, Sarah gave Hagar unto him to try to fulfill the prophecy, so to speak. Okay? But this is, the Most High saying, no, Sarah is going to be that mother of nations. Sarah is going to be the one who the blessing is going to go through. All right, it says, and kings of people should be of her. It says, then Abraham fell on his face and laughed. Yeah, all right, I'm in the KJV. Okay. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed and said in his heart, "Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear?" So he fell on his face, to give praise to the Most High. But within himself, he laughed. He's like, man, come on, I'm old. She old. We gonna have a kid at this age? And Abraham said unto the Most High, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And I like how it says it in the NLT for verse 18, so I read it in the NLT. Says, so Abraham said unto the Most High, may Ishmael live under your special blessing? So he's still trying to, get Ishmael in there. And what did the Most High say? He said, but the Most High replied, no, Sarah, your wife, will give birth to a son for you. You will name him Isaac, which means laughter, because he laughed, right? He laughed to himself in disbelief. Okay. He says, you will name him Isaac, and I will confirm my covenant with him and his descendants as an everlasting covenant. Let's see. Yeah. And the Most High said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son, indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. So that is the the slave wife, or excuse me, Slakia. That is the freeborn wife being used to fulfill the Most High's will and His promise. Okay. It says, matter of fact, let me get Romans 9. Why do I have two Romans 9 here? This is Romans 9, and I'll start at verse 7. It says, uh, I'll start at verse 6, Romans 9 and 6. Not as though the word of the Most High hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of the Most High, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. So, hey, it's a separation at the end of the day between the ones which were the children of the flesh and the ones that were the children of the promise. Okay? Ishmael, the children of the flesh, Isaac, the children of the promise. And it goes down from there. All right, it says, for this is the word, it's like, for this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. Not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one even our father Isaac, for the children not being yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So it's not about what Isaac did, or what Ishmael did, or what Jacob did, or what Esau did. All right. It's about what the Most High deemed necessary and what he said was going to pop. It was said unto her that the elder shall serve the younger. Okay? All because that's how the Most High wanted it done. All right, but of him that calleth. All right, so let's get back into Galatians. Verse 24 says, these two women serve as an illustration of the Most High's two covenants. The first woman, Hagar, represents Mount Sinai, where the people received the law that enslaved them. All right. It says, and now Jerusalem is just like Mount Sinai in Arabia because she and her children live in slavery to the law. So let's go get that, and I'll just read the first and the last verses. It says, Leviticus 26:1. It says, "You shall make no idols nor graven images, neither rear you up a strange image, neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it. For I am your Lord, for I am the Most High, your power." All right, and then it goes in and tells you to keep the Sabbath, so on and so forth. If you do this, I'll walk with you. If you do that, you'll be fruitful and multiply. You'll thrive, so to speak. You'll be good. But then, the second half is verse 14. But if you will not hearken unto me and will not do all these commandments, and if you despise my statutes, and if your soul abhor my judgments, so will ye not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, then he's gonna do all this to you. He's gonna set his face against you and bring plagues unto you, while be so on and so forth. All right. And we know, of course, we went off. So when you get to the last verse, verse 46, it says, "These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord Yahweh made between him and the children of Israel, where in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses." All right. So just going into that situation, that's where we received the law. That's where we were put under the law. As it said, we were enslaved by the law because we can't keep the whole law. Okay. So it says, verse 25 says, "And now Jerusalem is just like Mount Sinai in Arabia, because she and her children it's like she and her children live in slavery to the law." Verse 26, "But the other woman, Sarah, represents the heavenly Jerusalem. She is the free woman, and she is our mother." Right. So Sarah was the free woman. She was born free. All right. She wasn't under the yoke of anyone besides her husband. And that's how Israel is now. We're not under the yoke of the law, but we're still, married unto the Most High. So when when it's talking about not uh being free, so to speak, it's speaking about us not having to live under the law. Let's get Ephesians. Before we get that, let's get Romans chapter 6. I'm going to read this in the NLT, okay? Because it's going to, like I said, it just says it plain, so it's very easily to be understood. Nothing wrong with that. Uh, I'll start at verse 6. Romans 6 and 6, it says, "We know that our old sinful selves were crucified with Hamashiach, so that sin might lose its power in our lives. We are no longer slaves to sin. For when we died with Hamashiach, we were set free from the power of sin." Right? So when we came into this truth, we're made new. All right, we're no longer connected to that old sin, and we're not under the law. So, Yahweh Shai is the one who, when he died and he gave that sacrifice, he made us free from the law. All right, it's gonna fuck yeah. Ooh, excuse me. It's gonna go further in. It says, "For when we died with Hamashiach, we were set free from the power of sin. And since we died with Hamashiach, we know we will also live with him. We are sure of this because Hamashiach was raised from the dead, and he will never die again. Death no longer has any power over him. When he died once to break the power of sin. But now that he lives for the glory of the Most High. So you also should consider yourselves to be dead to the power of sin and alive to the Most High through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Do not let sin control the way you live. Do not give into the sinful desires. Do not let any part of your body become an instrument of evil to serve sin. Instead, give yourselves completely to the Most High. For you were dead, but now you have a new life. Right? We were dead in the world, right? Prepared to eat a missile and didn't even know it. But now we are woken to this truth and we have new life. Okay? So it gives us the energy that we need to fulfill his will. It says, so you use your whole body as an instrument to do what is right for the glory of the Most High. Sin is no longer your master, for you no longer live under the requirements of the law. Right, right. Sin is not our master, For you no longer live under the requirements of the law. Instead, you live under the freedom of the Most High's grace. So we're not living by the letter of the law, all right? We're living under grace, all right? And faith works, okay? It says, well then, since the Most High's grace has set us free from the law, what does that mean? Can we go on sinning? Of course not, right? So it's not saying that just because we're not under the law that we can just do whatever we want and we can sin, do whatever we want. No, we can't. But we're gonna do what's right, and the Most High has given us grace. Okay, let's see if we can get this word grace real quick. All right, Strong's G5485 Cherise. It says grace, that which affords joy, pleasure, delight, sweetness, charm. The merciful kindness which the Most High, exerting his holy influence upon souls, turn them to Hamashiach, keeps, strengthens, increases them in Christian faith, knowledge, affection, and kindles them to exercise the Christian virtues. Token of proof, grace, benefit, a gift of grace, a benefit, thanks for benefits, favors, recompense, reward. Um, Really, it's a gift. When it goes into a gift, a recompense, a reward, it's allowing. It's not doing you the harm that you deserve. You figuratively get a pass, not really get a pass, so we still get punished for our sins, but you have a chance at repentance. All right, he's not gonna. You should be. He's not gonna kill us. He's gonna just chasten us a little bit. All right. Um, Let me see, where was I at? I think we had something in, was it Romans? Where's Romans 6? Let me see. Slovakia. Ephesians, that's where we want to go. Ephesians 2 and 8. It says, for by grace you are saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of the Most High. There you go. All right. Faith, we're saved by grace through faith, all right, through our belief that the Most High is going to take care of us, that, as long as we do our part, He's going to do His part. And, it's a gift of the Most High. Okay. So let me Galatians chapter 4 and verse 7. This is in the KJV. It says, for it is written, rejoice thou barren that bearest not, break forth and cry, thou that travailest not, for the desolate have more children than it's like for the desolate have more children than she which have an husband. So he's saying, hey, you ain't never had kids, you know, celebrate, break forth and cry, you know, the bondwoman, she has more children than you, but you're gonna get your turn basically. It says, now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of the promise. But as then he was not born after the flesh, suck it. Let me get back over here. Verse 29. It says, but you are now being persecuted by those who want to keep you, who want to, but you are now being persecuted by those who want you to keep the law, such as Ishmael. But the child born by human effort persecuted Isaac, the child born by the power of the Spirit. All right, so really what's going on is saying that people want us to keep the law, but we're outside the law. Yahweh Shai came and died for us. At the end of the day, that's the end all be all. All right, that's the long and the short of it. Yahweh Shai came, lived, didn't sin, all right, died for the children of Israel as a sacrifice to marry us back to the Most High, to free us from the power of the law. All right, we're not in the new covenant. All right, the word has not been written in our inward parts, but we are going to be saved by grace and by faith. So, Lord's word is edifying, and I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honor to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, the men, the women, and the children who follow. Shalom.